Oski Toxiic versus Joreuz Oaly over here in Hoops. If you guys are just joining in either on the stream or on the YouTube videos, wondering what is going on, Hoops. We do not normally do Hoops, but we have some Pro Hoops 2v2, and the reason why is because it's what you guys wanted during the 9 to 5-a-thon. We had a sub incentive during our subathon to have a Pro Hoops day, and here it is. It is Pro Hoops. We just watched KC and the mates play each other. Now we have ourselves Oski Toxiic versus Joreuz Oaly. Now, Oski Toxiic is a team that has played really high-level regular 2v2, but we've yet to see how they're going to play. They are on the wrong teams. Is that what everyone's trying to tell me? Did people tell me that? Or am I realizing that right now without anyone else's help? Swapped over. We will see how Oski Toxiic do in twos. Joreuz Oaly, I'm not sure if they had amazing twos results together. I want to say they did play the 2v2 tournaments, but at the end of the day, this is a Hoops tournament, not a 2v2 tournament. $200 on the line per match, which will equate to $400 to whoever wins our grand finals coming up next, and $200 to whoever ends up getting second. Now, I'm already pretty interested here in what's been going on with Hoops and the different gameplay. We've definitely seen some good plays from KC. Some nice team plays actually from the mates. Probably the best team play has been from the mates, as Oski's going to go solo here to double this one in. I'm sure that it's happened on custom maps before. Those custom map makers have to have done it. What is Hoops like on a regular field? You know, clearly during the tests, they decided Hoops needs to be much smaller. But have we seen Hoops played on a regular field? What do Hoops mains have to say about it? And will everyone just be going, I don't know, I'm not a Hoops main, which wouldn't surprise me, since we aren't much of a Hoops channel. It's the same as regular Hoops, but bigger. Okay. Good to know. like what I'm interested in is, do certain team plays, do more calculated setups happen when you have a little bit of extra space and the other team isn't instantly rotated back after doing one flip? You know, is there ways to set up cooler plays? Is it a bit more chaotic here because it's so small? There's a chance that they made it smaller for the lower ranks. You know, this is really tough to roll the ball up and have it fall in the net. So maybe they just needed help. You know, people who weren't very skilled just couldn't afford to traverse the entire, you know, map back and forth to actually get goals. I don't know. This is me just theorizing. Toxiic off the sidewall, denied. I mentioned this in the previous game, but ooh, nice air dribble bump. Looks like that doesn't go out of style no matter what the game mode is. Toxiic taking up an air dribble bump for a goal here, as Oaly trying to shadow defend from outside the rim. Not often do you see defenders playing from there in general. Or did they just try and do the bump? I think there's a play that you could do in Hoops where you bump each other up. Is that right? It seemed like they tried to do it, or it's just a complete accident and they didn't calm who should be going for it, or don't know who should be going for it. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they were going for some sick play where they bump each other up to the ball. Oski going to dunk this one in. It's called the friendship kickoff. Well, there you go. I thought I had seen it before in Hoops, but something tells me it did not go exactly how they wanted it to go. I did a recent video on YouTube, exclamation point YT in the chat, if for somehow, some way you're not subscribed to the YouTube, in which Zen played with a few teammates in ranked recently, one of which was Oski. And I think people were most impressed in the comments with Oski's game with him, as this one's going to fall in. Toxiic and Oski translating Their 2 success. Oh, a pinch. Interesting. A pinch near post or near rim, straight up into the ceiling and into the net. It's not something that I expected to see or for it to be a very viable strategy, but they're showing me it can be. A basketball court is smaller than a soccer field. You don't think it's that deep? I mean, there's a good chance it is that shallow. It's just soccer fields are bigger, therefore it should be smaller. Oski, nice double. 5-1 from the Ninjas in Pajamas and Alcatia. Wait a second. This is actually some news that I haven't brought up yet, but I'm just now remembering that it leaked on the Reddit. Type 1 in chat if you already know what I'm talking about. Alcatia, aka Dr. Known, Nush, and Tox, is going to be playing instead with Dr. Known, Tox, and Toxiic. That is the new MENA squad for Alcatia, according to the signups. And I'm looking at Toxic's ping here in a second, and I'm pretty sure I've already seen it. Yeah, it is EU ping still, so I don't know if he's going to go over to MENA to play this split. But that could be some interesting... Oh, they wanted to go next. I can end it here. I just saw that. 6-1. Game number 1 for Oski Toxic. I thought MENA might have less days in their qualifier because they have less signups. So it might be just Friday and Saturday. I don't know what the answer to So What About Nush is. As the last game was ending, we were talking about how Toxic is going to be joining Tox and Dr. Known. So what is in store for Nush? I'm not sure. Toxic, little pass to himself off the ceiling, gets the reset, and is there to dunk. A great play from Toxic. Traf Money, they be the 36-month tier 1. Nush is with Ops and Natter. So wait, Rock is back. It's just... It's Nush and Ops now. Oski looking for a backboard dunk. Quite literally a dunk in this game mode. But it does get denied. Joreuz and Oaly, though, need more than just a bit of defense. Oaly with this throwback Hulk Octane that I remember Vatira used when I think KC was popping off a couple seasons ago. Oski, nice pin down. Toxic just puts it on the backboard, and Oski just makes sure it has nowhere else to go but straight down to the net. I think there was some chain dashing there from Toxic, too. Zen Moxie happened on Johnny's stream. If you want to check that one out, I would say watch Johnny's YouTube. Probably the best way to support him and watch the match, although it will take a few days to be able to watch it. Toxic sidewall double. And he's first back to the ball, not even letting his teammate get it. For some reason, Director Cam has decided to just highlight Joreuz falling down and hitting the rim. Director Cam doing him dirty, although now it does seem like we're just stuck on Joreuz Cam. Okay, it does move. Oaly demoed. Oski chipping one up over the nets, but never really stood a chance. Now he's got a great opportunity. Joreuz pre-jumping to take it away. Toxic skimming one over the top, but never in. Joreuz falling from the ceiling to intercept. Can Oaly get something going here in the corner? Once you're slow moving in the corner, it's not often you get a chance to create something. So hard to get that ball up and put a meaningful shot on. Unlike in regular Rocket League where the ball can be tapped in at any moment as long as it's somewhere close to the net. Toxic sending one into the front rim, and Oski missed it. He just completely whiffed the ball. Joreuz covers the follow-up. Another double. This one was a much more reasonable miss. Joreuz, he went to go kind of saving himself. I'm not sure it would have mattered. I think what he was trying to do was dunk it and make sure it found its way in to prevent a save, but I feel like he almost helped the defensive play. Joreuz going to slam it into the ceiling. Nice speed. And Joreuz and Oaly on the board for their first one here, as Toxic cannot beat Joreuz up there. Oski trying to pop one up to get his team going, or keep his team going, I should say, as he looks for yet another double. It seems like this game mode is just set up for people to attempt psychos left and right. Whether it's off the back wall or side wall, which I guess makes it not a psycho, but you get my points. Oaly almost had a bounce shot. If he could actually bump Toxic, it might have worked out, because it might have allowed Joreuz to follow it up for a goal. But a minute left to go. Joreuz and Oaly have been playing this entire series from behind so far. A much better game number 2 from them. It got a little bit out of hand in game 1. Oski, how did he survive that? What the heck? Joreuz is clearly full boosting at Supersonic to try and demo him, but he does survive. Oaly, wait, did he just pogo off the ball? He did an actual dribble. We're playing a basketball game mode, and we just saw our first actual dribble. Another goal for Oski Toxic. 3-1. We're going to need a miracle kickoff. Maybe we're going to do the buddy kickoff again. You might as well. Yeah. Oh, I thought they were going to go for it. Joreuz seemed to back off. Why not go for the buddy kickoff? I think that's the setup. They were the ones who wanted to try it earlier, and there's like, oh, they did. Wait. They did it. Oski and Toxic did it. Director Cam is so broken. I'm glad he watched that back. I think I skipped it. But Director Cam, for whatever reason, every single time just points us at the blue team. But Oski and Toxic actually did the friend kickoff. They're looking like a solid Hoops 2's team. That being said, a goal from an Oaly fake. And there's 5 seconds left. Still a chance for the Dutch team, but they're going to need an instant goal, basically a kickoff goal like we just saw from Oski and Toxic, who are going to double one more in and make it 5-2. Extend the lead even more. Game number 2 for Oski Toxic. Joreuz and Oaly going to need a reverse sweep if they want to bring it back. Game number 3. Joreuz, with a pass to himself off the ceiling, has a reset. Cannot get above the ball, though. As it feels like the Netherlands squad are going to need an early lead if they want to score, but these low-speed shots so often cleaned up by a defender waiting. Joreuz needs a dunk and get back to it before Toxic clears it away. So what team is Oaly on? I think you may have fallen for April Fool's bait that came out, but it came out after April Fool's, and I didn't really get what the deal was with it, but they're apparently going to get rid of Oaly and Nick according to the April Fools, but then neither of them were gone, and that was never the plan. So they're all still on GK. Toxic and Oski going to score first. Put them right back on top. Oski trying to chain some dashes as he lands to get to the ball quickly. Didn't work out for him, and yet still, they're the ones to shoot shortly after. Yeah, some of the April Fool's quick chats does seem like they could have stayed. They should just use April Fools to test out some funny ones. Nice double from Joreuz. This one sent down with authority, which is what needs to happen clearly against this squad. Again, it's Joreuz beating Toxiic to the ball and getting directly above it. You know, oftentimes we watch these guys double and you can tell they're adjusting their regular, you know, Rocket League doubles slightly by shooting them a little bit lower than they normally would. Ooh, a lead for the Netherlands squad. But that one was no question a hoops double. Just sent straight down into the ground. That would never be viable in a regular twos game. Oh, the buddy kickoff for Joreuz and Oaly. They get there first. Joreuz actually taps it around. So it could end up working out in their favor, just maybe not as an immediate goal like it did for Oski and Toxiic. The buddy kickoff alive and well in this lobby. Oski, nice reset, but actually puts too much on it to take it away from being a scoring opportunity. Oaly on 0 boost, making sure to get up high enough and skim redirect from Joreuz. Not going to convert for a goal. Joreuz sidewall versus Toxiic. Big coverage from him. And his great 50 actually results in a shot the other way. Luckily, Oaly is back there to clean it up. Joreuz another double attempt, and this one's going to get denied. Oski able to read off the backboard. What a shot! The rim grazer is such a great way to score in this one. You're almost using the rim as protection, too. If these guys try and get up for the ball early, they can't because they'll run into the rim. It's just a slot. It's not often you can really say that about, you know, a hoop in basketball. But he did slot it in the rim, a specific part of it. Are you running these matches to put you in the front running to be special guest for RLCS Hoops in 2026? No, that's not the reason, although you just gave me a great reason to run it. We're running it today because the 9 to 5-a-thon wanted it to happen. Your guys' subs led to a hoops incentive, and let it be known, a Feer always pays his debt because this is actually the last promise to stream that was still pending. This was this a goal or was this an own goal? Oaly. Oh yeah, never mind. This is Oaly just getting up to the top of the arena and sending it straight down. Nice shot from the Dutch squad who are getting things going here. Oski, ISO, both players jump up to stop him. Now Toxiic going to get to deal with late recovering defenders, but Oaly cleans it up. That's actually a shot in the net. Not only does he clean it up, he'll send it directly the other way, and I don't think this happens very often. I'm not sure it's ever happened in basketball. A block on a shot into the other net. If anybody has a clip of that, I would be very interested to see that happening in regular basketball. A little bit more viable here in Rocket League basketball. Ever? Yeah, I think it's safe to say ever. A block on a shot into the net? Yeah, I feel pretty confident about saying that has never happened, and that no one will have a clip for it. You did that once, but you forgot to clip it. Oh, wait. Type 1 in chat if it happened in your PE class when you were playing basketball, but nobody filmed it. Oaly. Oh, wait. Look at this redirect from Oski. Great save from Joreuz to be around. Another follow-up save. Probably wouldn't matter anyway because Oski and Toxiic need 3. But if there was ever a game mode that could afford to have 2-pointers or 3-pointers with the new mutators, is Oaly's going to make it 6-2. Just domination the other way, and they're going to call next. as I will save them 22 seconds. Game number 3 going to go to Joreuz and Oaly. Will not be a sweep. So we head to game 4. I like the first time chatter who says people be lying when he sees everybody type 1. No! No way. People do not just go on to Twitch chat and lie. Type 1 in chat if you've never lied in Twitch chat. See, there you go. People not be lying. Ooh, double from Oski. Nice save from Oaly. It was slow enough that he was able to recover after his first attempt to make the save. Toxic Oski team play. Double is in. The clean passing. We actually haven't seen too much of it so far in this Hoops gameplay, but Oski's sidewall was ready for it and was there to double it as well. Mods ban anyone who's ever lied. I won't stand for that in this chat. Oaly's ceiling pinch. Our one chance at a ceiling pinch goal was saved. It was from Atto in the previous matchup. As Toxic getting a classic dunk, or at least the one that we like to call a dunk in Rocket League normally. Although not the actual dunk that you can see here in Hoops that Oski got on that last goal. Oski's Meki shots denied. As Joreuz is looking for a long shot off the ceiling. Oaly just did bump Toxic. Wait a second. What a bounce off the rim. And Oaly is quickly reacting. Oaly reacted to a save that showed up out of nowhere last time. Oh, that's actually a touch by him. He passed it to himself. What a play from Oaly. I thought that was the rim. But no, Oaly got there in front of it. Sent it up into the ceiling for himself. And then followed it up for the goal. What a play from Oaly. And the team kickoff, the buddy kickoff, did not work out. I don't know if both sides are running it. I need to switch off of director cam, at least for a second, at the start of every kickoff. Oski, oh, he found a way to not score this. It just seems like it's impossible not to, when that ball is floating in front of the rim, but he does end up hitting it to the backboard where a defender was. I wonder if just a complete miss would have been better. Oski flick. Toxic dunks it down. Nice angle. You need to get the shortest angle you could possibly get. Put too much on it, and it gives a defender on the back wall a chance. Toxic sends it straight down. 2-1. Which team won the Reddles Justin trade? I think Justin won the Reddles Justin trade. He all of a sudden got a lot more RLCS points. Nice shot from Oaly to tie it up. You know, I think obviously time will tell, but you got to think Gen G is the driving factor in that trade. So Gen G has to feel like they won and have to feel like, you know, Justin won, because why would you know, move intentionally to a team with lower points? I don't know. That whole trade's very interesting to me. I'm assuming it's official now, right? Has Reddles released a video ever talking about what happened, why they made a change, or, you know, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even know the answer because it seems like he got ousted, but he did. Oh, do I need to go watch that then? Joreuz. Oh, what a save by Oski. Pinning it on the rim. Joreuz just pre-jumped this. He was actually floating, ready to play off Oaly's pass. But Oaly couldn't get to him. Joreuz is now pre-jumping, looking to bump and clean up that backboard. Oh my goodness, no way. Is this ball going to bounce in? Every piece of the rim. Can it fall in or will they keep it out? Toxic. He bumps it out and it is a save. Oh my goodness. The ball just hovering on the rim forever. But the English team survives. Joreuz is going for that pinch near the nets that I did not realize was a potentially viable strategy. Oh, an own goal. The Dutch team go up 3-2 after an insane defensive stand. Joreuz, I mean, he just sets it up for an Oski slam in. 3-2, we got to switch POVs. Oh, never mind. It wasn't a potential buddy kickoff. Oski not able to get the sidewall redirect. Will we get a game 5? Joreuz, great carry. Going to go for a bump, I imagine, but actually still bounces off the back wall. And Toxiic doing a good job of forcing Oaly to go quick. By going quick, it necessitates hitting the ball with power and therefore overshooting it. This one's going to bounce in. Oski and Toxiic do a good job of protecting the ball. Toxiic actually floats underneath it. It gets one more touch on it because Oaly bounces Toxiic back into it. That's why it's slow mode there. But really, the big part of that was just Toxiic going up and making sure nobody could get to the save. Pinch to the back wall. Cleaned up here as it's 3-3. Oski and Toxiic could end it and head to the grand finals with a goal. Joreuz and Oaly, that's not going to be an easy save. Joreuz will double it in. Upfield, he's ready for Oaly's pass. He actually even got Toxiic up in the air. I don't know if he tried to bump him, but Toxiic tried to dodge him. Joreuz will slam it in. 15 seconds. Are we going to see a buddy kickoff? We are going to see it. I watched it from Oaly POV. It was better, even though we should have watched it from Oski Toxiic. Joreuz slamming to the ceiling. Oaly lobs this one up to Oski, who goes to the backboard. Dunk is wide. Second left on the clock as Oski and Toxiic pass back and forth to each other. It'll hit the ground. We're going game 5 in this Hoops semifinal. Game number 5. Joreuz and Oaly versus Oski and Toxiic. I'll tell you what, it did not look like it was trending towards game 5 based on the first couple games. But the Dutch duo has gotten their sneakers underneath them here. First shot will go to Oski and Toxiic. But Joreuz cleans it up. Now Joreuz to the ceiling. This one falling off the rim. Maybe a pass. Can Oaly send it up and down? No. Cleaned up. Still, though, great chances to score. Oski makes a save off of the inside of his own rim. And it looks like no goal opportunity for the Dutch squad will ever show up. And in fact, the other way. What a save! It's floating just out the nets. Great save. I think the saves are bugged in Hoops a little bit because I don't even think that was registered as a save, which it was so clearly was. As Oaly won't be able to do anything off that. You can tell once the ball has lost a certain amount of height, no longer is it a threatening attack. Oh, Joreuz almost owned goal this. He went to go defend from the ceiling. But in a game mode where you don't really want the ball to go down, it may not be the best place to defend from. And it does just fall in. Toxiic maybe had a chance on that double. Seemed like there was enough heights as he rotates back and demos Oaly. Joreuz wants 2 resets, but won't be allowed to get them. Good scoring opportunity, I feel like, here for the English duo. Joreuz is able to clean it up before it falls in the near rim. Great pass up. Oh, actually too much. Sometimes those near misses that shoot straight up in the air have been solid passes for these squads. I'm basically learning Hoops meta here as these guys play, or at least how these guys are playing it. Oaly Wants a double jump bump. Oski cleans it up and makes a save. Now back the other way. Oaly awkwardly having to get around the rim. The fact that the rim is solid often leads to amateurs. I'm not talking about myself, of course. These are just random people. They end up running into the rim a lot, almost as if the rim is in their way. But like I said, that's a problem. Certainly not for me, but for other players who aren't as talented. Ooh, what a roll. Joreuz going to drop the triple OK on this shot because it just stays glued to the ceiling and rolls its way in with no bounce. Toxiic gets the dream bounce. 1 in a million, says Joreuz. Toxiic snipes the perfect position of the arena. Toxiic. Soft touch. Ooh. They have the gifted sub. Sleaze Breeze. Gifted sub over to Liam's Lurking for 24 on the day. I think the stream's actually going to end up being about 3 hours, so we might already be streaking. That number might be a bit too high. That's from last stream, but of course, 4 subs would guarantee it. Oski. Backflip up in front of the nets. Oaly now the other way. 3 goals needed in 2 minutes. It's possible, but it's certainly not likely. Joreuz unable to dunk the pass just above the rim. And Toxiic might be ungling here. No, he does prevent it, or actually might have not really adjusted. Might have already not been going in, but either way, it does not head into his net as Oski cleans up a double, take away a scoring chance. Almost a snipe back the other way from Toxiic as he gets the save. Joreuz coming from the wrong side of the ball, trying to get a redirect. It doesn't seem like the 3 goals are necessarily going to happen. Seems like we've seen very few kickoff goals in this mode. Only when these guys are going really all in at the end to try and come up with something crazy. Oaly, the dribble. I want 1 dribble goal here on Hoops. The ground dribble. Oaly, reset shots. Nice play. A chance still. We watched that whole thing from the defender POV. Oski prepped in nets. And this is actually one of the, ways where there's so much different power could have come out of Oaly's reset. It's hard to read where to be, especially on low boost like Oski was. Kickoff goal definitely seems to be favoring the English team, though, although that doesn't work. Now Oaly launches the ball up. Couldn't get it over the top of Oski at the midfield. They try to go for a little team pinch there to get the ball moving. It may not have worked out. Relentless, wait a second. This 50's not great. Toxiic has to clean up Oski's mess after he allowed them to score. What a flick. That is probably going to be it. Oski off the side wall. This flick is so much more valuable here in Hoops when you need to get underneath it in order to keep the ball up in the air, and that's exactly what he does. What a shot from Oski. And there's the GGs with 4-1 left to go. They've had enough. We will... Oh, actually, I'll go let them play. No, they left. Okay. It seemed like they were going to maybe want to try and set something up without the other guys there. But no! Oski Toxiic advanced to the finals. It seems like Two's players are just good at not just regular Rocket League, but also Hoops as well.